Hello students. Today I'm posting this video because I want to explain about your group exercise which I already post on your Facebook group. This group exercise is the real life exercise which I want you to compare the traits, the behavior and the skill between the leaders. And I want you to form up your team, 3 to 6 students. The minimum number of the student in your team should be 3 people, and the maximum is 6 people. Don't exceed the 6 people for each group. So the objective on this exercise is explained already in the file that attached to your Facebook group, like I show you here. Just hang on a second. Okay, so that's the objective that indicate in the guideline that I upload into your Facebook group. Okay. So what we should do after you divide or get together as a group already, you need to follow the instruction. First, I need you and your team study chapter 14, quickly study chapter 14, and then brainstorm to find a list of a famous leader. I show you here. Okay, so you need to brainstorm a list of famous leader, and such as the CEO, the president, and the politician, like that. And you need to try to pick the leader that seems different from one another, such as Steve Jobs and Mother Teresa. This is your first part of the activities. The second part of the activity is I want you to interview someone in Khon Kaen, around Khon Kaen, who you believe he or she is a good leader. So being a good leader, that will be indicate in your textbook in chapter 14, which I ask you guys to study together with your team. And you have 2 weeks doing this. Okay, this week, I want you to get together and study chapter 14 together, and then brainstorm and finding a list of famous leaders. Then interview someone in Khon Kaen. The interviewing should discuss his or her experience when performing as an effective leader. Following activities, you need to choose one leader who is effective from worldwide. Choose one leader from number 2 here. Choose one leader from your list from number 2. And then compare that person with this one, the one that you interview with in Khon Kaen. Okay, you compare one person from here and one person from here. One person from number 2 and one person from number 3. Okay, and then use the following survey that I will show you in a second to profile the leader in terms of their traits, behavior, and skill. And then the last part, answer the discussion question and submit the answer on the next class on the 20 or 21, I suppose. Then this is the list, the profile survey, and put the leader's name here from number 2 and this leader's name from number 3. In terms of power, this personality, this type of power, you will find the explanation in the textbook, which you need to study with your team. And then in terms of influence, also indicate in your textbook the explanation. The traits of leadership and behavioral of leadership also explained in the textbook. Okay. So you need to check if they have this style or not. Then you need to answer all of these 3 questions. Discussion. Write down your answer on a piece of paper. Write down your answer on a piece of paper. Okay, then so you hand in on the next week. Next week we not meet each other in classroom, but you need to meet your team and get together and work following the guideline that I gave you. So next week is time for working outside of the classroom. Get that? Good luck. And if you have any further question, you can ask me via the Facebook, in our Facebook group. You can comment and post in our Facebook group asking your question. And that's it for the activities, the group activities.